Hello and namaskar. Good evening. Welcome to NCRT's live interactive program. I am Simran Singh and you have all connected with us through eVidya channel number 6 to 12. Besides this, there are so many different mediums through which you can all connect with us. You can even participate in our live conversations by raising your questions and your queries in the comment section of our YouTube channel, that is NCERT official. And viewers, once again a very warm welcome to each one of you in this particular 5 days 5 hours online training program. Well, this is the fourth day of our online training program on financial safety in the cyberspace. So we are all consuming cyberspace or the digital space in one or the other way, maybe for the different purposes, maybe for digital transactions, to send and receive messages and payments. So it is important to be financially safe and secure for everyone. Specifically, our teachers, parents, students will be watching the program. So let me apprise you, if you have any of the questions, so feel free to connect with us through this contact number flashing on your screens. That's 8800440559, and also a particular mail ID for all of you, that is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. So viewers, this is the fourth day of our 5 days 5 hours online training program, and this fourth day we are going to discuss and elaborate more on legal and regulatory framework on financial safety in cyberspace. So we'll be discussing about the legal framework and the legal aspects associated with it. So let's quickly have a look at the screens in order to understand better about our website and also this training program. So this is the website of CIET NCERT, that is ciet.ncert.gov.in. There are different options available for you. Just click on activities and workshops / training. Once we scroll down, we'll be able to see the program title, that is our online training on financial safety in cyberspace. We started our training program on 5th of August, and tomorrow, that is on 9th of August, we are going to conclude it. So on the 5th day, that is 9th of August, the topic of discussion for tomorrow will be safeguarding your financial accounts and cyber those, and today we are discussing more on legal, regulatory and framework on financial safety in the cyberspace. So once we scroll down, we get to know who all can participate in our live interactive program. Whether it is students, teachers, teacher educators, parents, administrators, you can all participate in our program. This is a detailed program schedule, and we try our best to upload the presentation links and the video links as soon as possible. Just in case if you have missed watching any of our live programs, you don't have to worry. You can find the video links over here also, and also once you type the title or the topic of this particular program on NCERT official, you will be able to see the recorded version of our live videos. Now, how you can all participate in the online course and access the post session activity? There are certain steps laid down for all of you. Step number 1 is registration. Register yourself by clicking on this link or scanning the QR code. Step number 2 is watching the live training sessions, learning about the topic. You can connect with us through PM eVidya channel number 6 to 12 and NCERT official. Step number 3 is taking up the online course, participating in the post assessment and getting certified. So in order to join the online course, well, it will be launched on Diksha portal. The course link will be open till 30th of March 2025. You have to join us for the course and go through all the 5 videos. Then take up the final assessment in the course. You can attempt the assessment only thrice. If you score over 70% or above in the final assessment, you can also receive a certificate from CIET NCERT. We keep on saying that your feedback matters a lot to us. So click on this feedback form, and also viewers, you can scan the QR code in order to access our feedback form and share your feedback with us. So for any queries, you can reach out to us through this mail ID and the contact numbers laid down on our screens in each and every program as well. For this particular program, training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in is your go-to email ID. So providing us more insights into today's program, that is legal and regulatory framework on financial safety in cyberspace, we have with us Shri Lavesh Sethji. Sir is a legal assistant at I4C from Ministry of Home Affairs. Namaskar, sir. Good afternoon. We welcome you in the conversation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I am going to represent an important topic of the legal regulatory framework for ensuring the financial security in cyberspace. As we know, with the increasing number of financial transactions, it is crucial to prioritize the security of these activities. As the online user base continue to grow, so the frequency and variety of fraudulent activities are also growing day by day. Financial fraud in particular is a prevalent type of scam by the fraudster using various deceptive techniques such as phishing, impersonation, investment scam, online shopping fraud, credit card fraud, and many more. There are scams. So these scams are constantly evolving with the new method of operations. It is essential for us to familiarize ourselves with the laws related to these scams in order to protect ourselves and our loved ones. We will now talk about the legal and regulatory framework for the financial security in cyberspace, particularly focusing on the various act in India governs the financial cyber scam and ensure the protection of citizens' right. The I4C has taken initiative to develop a mechanism for cybercrime reporting, and a portal has been developed, namely NCRP, National Cybercrime Reporting Portal. So the crime which can be reported on the portal are such as any cyber which are related to cyber, and any sexual abuse of children, or any sexually explicit content such as rape, gang rape, or content which has been uploaded on any social media platform. So I would be sharing my content. So in my slide, the I4C is having total 7 verticals. So basically, these verticals have been developed with a different motive. First of all, I would like to discuss about the NCR and IC. So basically, the National Cybercrime Research and Innovation Center. This has been established to track the emerging technology development and proactive predict potential vulnerabilities which can be exploited by cyber criminals. NCR and IC is also involved in creating strategic partnership with all entities in the area of research and innovation focused on cybercrime. So, cybercrime impact containments and investigation by leveraging the strength of all stakeholders, be it the academic, private sector, or intergovernmental organization. After that, we have National Cybercrime Training Center. So basically, NCTC has been set up to focus the standardization of course curriculum for prevention of cybercrime, impact on containment and investigation, imparting practical cybercrime detection for the purpose that we have to detect whether what type of cybercrimes are evolving these days, how they are taking new modus operandis. So this vertical is focusing on such cybercrimes and on capacity building of LEAs, public prosecutor and judges in the field of cybercrime. Next, we have NCEMU. This is basically National Cybercrime Ecosystem Management Unit. Aims to develop an ecosystem conducive for an effective neutralization of threat. To neutralize a threat of online through cybercrimes which are being involved day by day. So for this purpose, the NCMU has been introduced. Cyber criminals are bringing together in the academic area, industry area, and the government, and to combat the cyber crimes in these industries specifically. So, with the effort of multi stakeholders, this vertical has been developed. So, effective combating of cybercrime has to be progent and multi stakeholder effort. NCMU coordinates with many stakeholders to promote development of entire ecosystem, which is conducive for effective neutralization of cyber threat from cyber criminal. After this, we have NCTAU, that is National Cybercrime Threat Analytic Unit. It is a platform for law enforcement agency, persons from private sector and academic and research organization to work collaboratively in order to analyze all piece of information related to cybercrime. The unit collects cybercrime feed from open sources, from social media, from online generated text, and any complaint reporting on the National Cybercrime Reporting Portal, and other agencies also working in this field analyzes and further disbands it to concerned agencies for taking further appropriate actions. So basically, the portal allows the NCRP portal, which has been made, that allows the reporting of all type of cyber crimes, which one can easily report through the portal also, and by dialing the helpline number 1930. Along with that, we are also having a management system which is known as CFRMS, Citizen Financial Cyber Fraud Reporting and Management System. So, to deal with the complex and subject of financial frauds, a common platform has been developed with all the concerned stakeholders like law enforcement agencies, banks, RBI, financial intermediaries, payment wallets, NPCI, etc. To ensure that quick, decisive, and system-based effective action to be taken to prevent the flow of monies siphoned off from innocent citizen to the fraudsters. Citizen financial cyber frauds reporting and management system has been developed for quick reporting of financial cyber fraud and monetary losses suffered due to digital banking. Like through any mode, this can happen through credit card scam, through investment scam, through credit card, debit card scam, payment intermediaries. So to tackle these complaints, CFCF RMS has been developed. Complaints can be reported through, again I would repeat that the complaint can be reported either through helpline number or by registering it on NCRP portal. So now next we have our next vertical, which is JCCT, Joint Cybercrime Coordination Team. So this has been constituted for interstates, union territories coordination, sharing of information like name, residence, mobile number, or of cyber criminals, case details, etc. among the LEAs and state duties. The idea behind is to foster close cooperation among LEAs, interstate cybercrime investigation. JCCT focus on operational cooperation in parallel investigation in various states. It works on an integrated platform based on sustainability of individual cases. Next, we have our NCFL. So basically, the NCFL has been is National Cyber Forensic Laboratory. So this has been set up as facility for forensic analysis and investigation of cybercrime by use of the latest digital technology to support investigation undertaken by the law enforcement agencies. So this has been set up in Delhi. The basic agenda of this NCFL is to engage in analysis and investigation activity to keep with the new technical development used in committing new kind of cyber crimes. After that, we have this. I will share next slide. Yes. So financial fraud. So what is financial fraud? Basically, I have explained in this slide. So fraud is something contain the deliberate misrepresentation of fact statement to an opposing party with the explicit goal of obtaining benefit that might otherwise not be accessible without resorting to such deceit. Basically, now the financial fraud has become a very common type of fraud among the uh, citizens, which the fraudsters are adopting things like they only target the soft area of the society, like children's, old age people. So they usually what do they are sending the some kind of links. They are sharing some malicious apps so that they can get into your software, get into your mobile or your laptop or your and can access your confidential information such as the credit card number, your bank account number, and many more things. So, financial fraud is the intentional act of deception involving financial transaction with the aim of personal or financial gain. This deceptive practice encompasses with a wide range of illegal activities. Basically,
So we are discussing about this important area, that is financial frauds and how you can save yourself for financial fraud. And for that purpose, we need to understand what are some of the common threats or the financial fraud that we are facing in this cyberspace. Yes, sir.
yes. Yes. So this deceptive practices encompass a wide range of illegal activities. Now, what are these type of illegal activities? What are the various scams which are going through financial frauds? We will be discussing in the next slide. So these are there are some types of financial frauds which are we are facing in day-to-day life. So it's like tax evasion. As we all are aware that in the month of July we have to file our income tax return. So, and the middle thing he's getting extra or something. So now the fraudster adopted a modus operandi, like they are generating a malicious link for the scam by sending an SMS that you have received a refund of rupees so and so. By clicking on the such link, you can redeem your refund. So usually that link is a malicious link through which the fraudster will enter into your system and he'll hack your account and all the money will be siphoned off. Basically stealing of personal information from unauthorized credit card credit use. Basically, identity theft is a person, a fraudster who is stealing your identity and depicting himself to be you. So this is also a very common type of fraud, which is the fraudster are adopting. So and third is credit card fraud. So credit card fraud is basically like they'll copy your credit card information by giving you a link or by giving you some malicious app, so that you can if you'll input your uh, card number and CVV number,
Also, we need to understand the different types of financial frauds that we have been seeing
fraud.
these days, and which is common to like everyone, not just students, not just parents, or even everyone who is using a system or has got a stable connection. Right, sir?
That type of fraud which fraudsters are nowadays doing. Uh, they what they are doing, they are just sending the links on the on the mobile phone and claiming and exaggerating the claims. So next our next scam is investment scam, which is a deceptive practices like Ponzi schemes. So basically, what happens nowadays, we all know that we all are eager to save our money. We all want our money to grow. So for the growth of money, we are easily get into a trap called investment scams, in which basically the fraudster uses the modus operandi of sending us such kind of schemes which are not possible, which are not approved by the government. Like they are offering you higher returns, they are giving you some extra benefits, they are giving you some extra kind of thing which is not possible. So these type of investment scams are also financial frauds, through which one innocent citizen can lose his money very easily. Next is a bank fraud. So bank fraud is not a new one fraud, because it has been coming from very last uh, years. So in a bank fraud, what they are illegally obtaining the funds or assets. So like if you have in the earlier days, people used to keep the checkbook signed, blank check signed. So what do they do? That someone will steal it, or someone has seen that you were signing the checks and they have kept it with themselves, and later on they'll use it for taking the funds. So next is account manipulation. Account manipulation is basically this misrepresentation of financial statements. These type of this fraud is basically done by the employees of a company in which they are working to manipulate the financial statements by not showing the more profit. They are hiding something, or by manipulating the profits, and many more things that accounting software comes with. So they do adopt this type of practices. So next is phishing. Phishing is basically using fake communication to steal sensitive information. So in this type of financial fraud, what do the fraudster are doing? They are just communicating to steal your sensitive information, like your CVV, your internet banking password, or your any crucial information which you don't want to share with anybody else. Next is our embezzlement. So embezzlement is basically misappropriating entrusted funds or property. So this is the embezzlement fraud is basically done on a large scale. So it's not a one person job. It's of multiple.
So, as sir was saying, that this is not a one person job, maybe in any sort of financial fraud, a team or a group of people are there. So, we need to be very aware of what to do, what not to do, whether to click a link, and how to actually get to know that whether this particular link or maybe whatever we are using, any social media platform, is safe or not. Yes, sir.
Yes. So basically, the laws which are available in India for the protection of financial system or a citizen to be protected, there are basically Information Technology Act, and newly act we are having Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, which has been introduced in 2023, and that has came into the force on 1st July 2024. And another act we are having.
And different laws have also been put in place in order to address the issues of cyber frauds that we have been viewing either on televisions, reading on the newspaper headlines every now and then. So it is quite important to understand that how actually law or the legal process helps us in getting out of any of these cyber frauds. So sir, we would like to know more about the laws for protecting financial systems from the cyber threats. So, all right viewers, you can also have a look at our screens in order to understand better about the different kind of laws that we are going to discuss today. And we all know that a new law has been put in place for all of you, so that we can understand better and to make this process of legality, the legal process, quite conducive for everyone. And also viewers, I would like you to know that if you have any of the questions, any queries with regard to this, because this might seem a technical concept to all of you, so feel free to connect with us in the comment section of NCRT official, that is our YouTube channel. We try our best to take all the questions and also answer all the questions within our program itself. Besides that, you can always reach out to us through our contact numbers flashing on your screens, and one of them is 8800440559. And the specific mail ID where you all can reach out to us, well, that is training.helpdesk@cet.nic.in. Well, this is the 5 days 5 hours online training program for all of you, and it is the 4th day of our online training session. Here we are discussing about the legal and the regulatory framework on financial safety in cyberspace. So something as simple as using mobile phones nowadays, we are using maybe different UPI applications in order to make the transactions. We are using QR codes in order to receive or make the transactions or give and take money. So this process has become very easy, but at the same time it has invited certain, maybe we can say, certain problems associated with it. So it is important to understand that not only part of the students, but also we see that a lot of these cases have been building up with the young professionals as well. So it's important that we understand better about the safe and the secure digital space, because our hard earned money will be lost within just few seconds. What all we can do, and we are discussing continuously in our 3 to 4 days program for all of you, that what all you can do. Well, in case of any cyber crime, you will have to immediately call at this number, that is 1930, or also you can register your complaint at the cyber complaint portal. And you all know, again we have with us sir. He'll be discussing more about the laws for protecting financial systems for cyber threats. Yes, Lavish sir.
So basically, I was telling about the Information Technology Act. So what does the Information Technology Act grants us? That legal recognition to transaction conducted through electronic data interchange and other forms of electronic communication, collectively known as electronic commerce. This includes use of alternatives to traditional paper-based method from communicating and information storage, thereby facilitating the electronic filing and documents with the government agency. So basically, the
Sir,
IT Act
we'll also request you to please make your PowerPoint full screen so that it can be easily visible to everyone.
is it fine?
Yes, we request you to please. Yes, it is there.
Yes. So basically, the Information Technology Act, what provides, it provides us a legal recognition that our electronic records and electronic documents are safe, and how we can protect ourselves from being misused or any kind of violation to our private rights. So another act we are having is Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. So this act has been replaced by the Indian Penal Code of 1860. Basically, this has been replaced to modernize the criminal law. It adopts a victim-centric approach, implements a gender-neutral perspective, and integrates technology. As the Act defined, the rights and liabilities of a citizen is very important for protecting financial system from cyber threat. So basically, under the new law, what has been introduced now, the electronic records and electronic documents have been recognized. So they are having a more value in the new laws, and they are being considered more empathically as compared to the previous law. So another act we are having is Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So basically, the Money Laundering Act is related to the context of addressing financial crimes and cyber-related issues. The IT Act provides the necessary legal frame for handling electronic evidence and addressing cyber crimes, which supports the enforcement of the PMLA in investigating and prosecuting money laundering activities. So basically, the PMLA law is governed for the money laundering activity which are being conducted by the various fraudsters by siphoning of the money, like by using the accounts, by renting your accounts and giving you some amount of percentage to use your account. So what they are doing, they are just using your personal bank account for their committing the fraud, and how they are using the accounts, you are not aware of that, and you are in the pretext that you will get some amount of percentage in your bank account. You have rendered your account to the fraudster. So next I would like to go on next slide, which is the discussing about the provisions of in the Information Technology Act, which governs the misuse of any kind of information. So Section 43 of the IT Act deals with the penalty for unauthorized access and damage to the computer system, allowing affected individual or entity to seek compensation for their loss. So basically, the Section 43 is a basic and very important section in the Information Technology Act. What does it says? It deals with the anyone who unauthorizedly uses your computer, unauthorizedly access your computer, and goes into that system and tries to take information, sensitive information or any other information through different means. So he can be punished under this section. Next section we have 43A. So that is a section which is a mandate for the companies to companies failing to implement the reasonable security and practice leading to a breach of sensitive personal data, and must compensate affected individual, ensuring the organization and safeguard personal information and remains accountable for data breach. So this section deals with for the companies only who are to implement the reasonable security practices. Next section we have section 65, which deals with the tampering with the computer source document. So basically, the computer source documents means that any document which we have generated on a computer for the use for any sharing purpose for any kind. So if anybody tampers with that source, so that is punishable with imprisonment for 3 years and a fine up to rupees 2 lakh, or sometimes that depend upon the situation. Both can also be impacted on the accused. Next we have section 66C. So section 66C is basically target identity theft. So basically, the identity theft, as we have already discussed in the types of financial frauds, that identity theft is basically someone has stolen your identity and he is pretending to be you and using it for the committing frauds. So and the penalties for the identity thefts are up to 3 years of imprisonment or a fine or both. Next, we have is section 66. So it deals with the unauthorized access. Unauthorized access means hacking, identity theft, and misuse of electronic record, prescribing the penalties of up to 3 years imprisonment, a fine, or both. So 66 basically deals again with the unauthorized access of hacking, identity theft, and also for the misuse of electronic records. And after that, we have section 66D, which is cheating by personation by using computer resources. So basically, the cheating by impersonation means that I depict you to be an officer of government or any authority which I am not, and I ask you to obey some kind of order. And in the pretext of that, I am asking you for some kind of financial help. So that is a cheating by personation, that I am not that concerned person, I am not the concerned authority, but still I am depicting like I am the one, and I am forcing you to give me money, any through cheating, in a manner of cheating. So that is also a punishable offense for imprisonment for 3 years imprisonment, fine, or both. Next we have is section 66E. So section 66E has a very wide term and very wide concept in the constitution also, as it deal with the violation of privacy. So if there is a violation of privacy through digital means, so like if a citizen has been violated, the right of the citizen has been violated through digital means, like so if a video has been released of some sexual content or some private moments of a couple, so that is a violation of privacy which you do not want to share with anybody else, with no one. So these type of sections includes penalty up to 3 years of imprisonment or fine or both. So basically, the punishment and the fine is a category which is similar in most of the sections. So next we have is 66B, that is for punishment for dishonestly receiving stolen computer resources or communicating devices. Offenders may face imprisonment for up to 3 years or a fine or both. So basically, what does this section says? This says punishment for dishonestly receiving the stolen computer resources. If somebody has stolen your computer and he has taken the resources from that computer, so if he's selling that your resources, so he can be punished through this section. Next, we have is section 66F. So basically, section 66F targets cyber terrorism. So cyber terrorism is a very wide term, and through terrorism, we understand that terrorism is not a small thing. It's not a petty issue. It's a matter of social and national integrity. So where there comes any threat to the national integrity or sovereignty of integrity of India, so we term it as a cyber terrorism. But when it is done through digital means, then it is a cyber terrorism. Like somebody is uploading a video pretending to be like demolishing some kind of religious place online, or uttering some words against a certain community, or giving such provocation, grave and sudden provocation to the one type of community, through which easily riots can be committed. So that all comes under the cyber terrorism. So on the next section we have 67A, which is the punishment for publishing and transmitting obscene material in the electronic form. So basically, what type of a crime is this? This is a type of a crime in which the sexual content is being published or transmitted in electronic form. Like sexual content, we all know that how these days it's spreading on the internet media. So for that, we are having a penalty of 5 years and imprisonment and fine, or sometimes it's both. So next we have is 67B. So 67B addresses the punishment for publishing or transmitting material depicting children's in sexually explicit act. Basically, 67B is for the sexual content which has been shared for the of some children who are below 18 years. So now in the new act also, the definition of child has been defined, and the age has been reframed to 18 years. Below the 18 years, if anybody is there, so he is a child, he or she is a child. So if anybody transmit a material depicting children in a sexual explicit act, so he can be imposed for up to 7 years of imprisonment and fine in the act. Next we have is Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. So now there are some other sections which we are discussing, in which the different punishments and different type of crimes are given. So first of all, we are having section 303, that is a theft. So theft is basically when somebody has taken your data or your any valuable thing without your consent and without your knowing it. So that is a type of crime which is punishable up to 3 years of imprisonment or fine, or both. Sometimes both also. Subsequent conviction carry at least 1 year of imprisonment and fine. So if anybody is committing again and again crime, so 1 year of imprisonment will be increased on the basis of situation. And next we have a section 111. So section 111 is basically organized crime. This section has been introduced in Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita and has been introduced in first time in the Indian laws, in which the organized crime is basically when there are several people committing a single crime. They are all involved in a crime to commit any type of crime which is economically harming somebody, or harming the national and integrity of the society, or India. So basically, organized crime syndicate refer to a group of two or more individuals engaged in ongoing illegal activities. So with the term of illegal activity, we understand that those activities which are not authorized by law, which are violative of law. So either individually or collectively as a syndicate or a gang. So when there are two or more person involved in any crime, for preparation of crime, for the modus operandi, so it can be termed as under organized crime. And in 111 section, we are also having continuing unlawful activity. Is any legal prohibited act that is cognizable offense, punishable by at least 3 years of imprisonment, committed by an individual or as a part of organized crime syndicate. It requires multiple charge sheet filed within last 10 years, with the court taking cognizance of this offense, and include economic offenses. So basically now what has been introduced, economic offense has been introduced in the organized crime. any offense which is related to financial, any offense which gives a impact financial impact to the society, to anybody, to any country, state. So that can be now prosecuted under section triple 11. So now what is economic offense? Economic offense is basically includes criminal breach of trust, forgery, counterfeiting currency, hawala transaction, mass marketing fraud, or scheme to defraud banks, financial institution, or other organization for monetary gain. So, economic offenses basically includes criminal breach of trust. If somebody is interested to believe that yes, you are doing a work for the benefit of a person, so and he breaches your trust. So, criminal breach of trust can easily be imposed. Like malicious WhatsApp group comes and they add a person to give information about the stocks and market, in the stock market. So if they are appearing to be somebody else, so they are breaching your trust. So that is a punishable offense under BNS. And forgery is basically like I'm depicting to be the person and forging the any document. Like I'm not the authorized person to sign any document, but still I'm giving it by faking the sign. So that is a forgery. Counterfeiting currency means that if we are making fake currencies, like making fake notes, we are duplicating the notes, so that is kind of comes under the counterfeiting currency. Hawala transactions are basically those transactions which are being in which the money is being rerouted from black to white. Like if we are having the sources, so the one source will take the money in the black in a form, in a physical form, and that will get it transferred into the electronic form. So these are basically the types of economic offenses which are going through on a daily basis. So next we have is, yes. So next we have is section 3184, that is cheating and dishonestly inducing delivery of property. So basically, if somebody, a fraudster, is cheating and dishonestly inducing delivery of property by altering of property or by valuable security, so that is a punishable up to 7 years or imprisonment and a fine. Next, we have is cheating by impersonation. Now, this again comes. This is also this was also under the IT Act also and in the BNS also. So, cheating by personation is having the same meaning as it was in the Information Technology Act. So, the meaning of personation is that I am appearing to be depicting to be one fraudster is depicting to be some other person, and for the financial gain he is doing so. So we are having a punishment under the section 3192, which is which may extend to 5 years or fine or with both. So next we have is our section 336, which is a forgery. So forgery is, as I have already explained, is that is a serious crime of serious offense crime with a different consequences, including imprisonment for 7 years and fine, depending upon the intention behind it. So basically, the forgery section is very large and very elaborated section in which the different type of intentions have been given. Like under the forgery, if a person is only involved up to the making a plan, something, so there is a separate type of punishment for that. So next we have is section 344, that is falsification of accounts. So under the falsification of accounts, what do we have? That if a clerk, officer, or employee intentionally alters or falsify any work-related record, they may face certain decided punishment. So when an employee in an office do any manipulation in any kind of records or any financial statement, so he can be punished up to 7 years or fine or both. Next we have is criminal breach of trust. So as we have already discussed, the criminal breach of trust, that is the that someone you are trusting to be the person and he will deliver. He has promised that he will deliver you certain thing, but he is not doing his part of job. So that is a criminal breach of trust. Next we have is forgery for the forgery for the purpose of cheating. So now this is again the part of section 336, which gives you forgery with the intent to cheat and can lead to imprisonment for up to 7 years and fine or both. Next we have is Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So basically, as we have discussed in the earlier also, that Prevention of Money Laundering Act, why it has been made, it is a legislation which has been made to combat financial crimes, including those involving cyber activities. Earlier, in earlier time, when there was not proper the internet was spread among the people. What type of crime do they do? They are just laundering the money from India to outside the countries, and then taking it to the original sources. So now the modus operandi has been totally changed. What they are doing, that uh, they are just taking the money through cyber activities. So basically now we have a section 2 subclause U that defines the proceed of crime. So what is the proceed of crime means that as any property derived or obtained directly or indirectly by any person as a result of criminal activity relating to a scheduled offense or the value of any such property. Financial cybercrimes often involve illegal gains that are classified as proceed of crimes. So basically, when a fraudster is getting any kind of financial gain, which is illegal, which is not his hard-earned money, which is not he has earned through some source, he has just deceived the person, and he's taking that money. So financial gain is he's taking. So that is a proceed of crime. Now we have another section, that is section 3, offense of money laundering. So the money laundering is basically a very serious and heinous offense in our country. So that defines offense of money laundering. It states that a person shall be guilty of money laundering if he directly or indirectly attempt to indulge in, knowing, assist, or is actually involved in any process or activity connected with the proceeds of crime, project it as untainted property. Financial cybercrime often involve money laundering the proceed through various means. So what does this means? That to whom all we can include in the offense? That it is not necessary that every time the direct relation in the proceed of crime we can see. Sometimes there are many type of fraudsters who are not involved directly, but they are doing the fraud. So to capture them, to bring into the area, so that's for that reason offense of money laundering has been reduced in section 3. So next we have is punishment for money laundering. So this is the basically very important section, that what is the punishment for the money laundering. The section provides rigorous imprisonment for term which shall not be less than 3 years but may extend to 7 years, and also fine if the proceed of crime involved in money laundering related to any offense specified under paragraph 2 of part A of schedule. The punishment may extend to 10 years. Basically the punishment is very harsh in the PMLA Act. Why is it so? Because the fraud which has been committed in the PMLA, which comes under the PMLA, can lead to diminish of the economic situation in the country. So that's why the punishment has been so harsh under the PMLA Act. Now, we come to another section, that is section 5, attachment of property involved in money laundering. So, this section allows for the attachment of property involved in money laundering to prevent its concealment, transfer, or dealing in any manner that may result in frustrating any proceeding relating to confiscation under the Act. Now, basically, the property which are involved in the money laundering, that on investigation, if any of LEAs are found that specific property is there, so what do they do? They'll attach the property to the transaction, and they will keep with the associated with that offense. So next we are having is impact of financial fraud. So what are the impacts? Basically, the impacts of financial frauds are the financial losses. First of all, financial fraud significantly monetary loss. As we all are aware that if there is any financial fraud involved, that we are going to lose our money. So that money can be through individual, businesses, financial institution, impacting the saving, investment, revenue, and operational costs. It is not necessary that only individuals are being targeted. It is not necessary that only businessmen are targeted. Everybody in the society, whoever is a part of society, is being targeted towards these type of frauds. So next we are having is credit damage. So fraud can seriously damage a credit score and making it hard to get loans and credit card. Restoring a damaged score is a complex and time consuming process. So basically what happens whenever there is a financial fraud, if somebody has taken a loan predicting to be me, so my credit will damage, because if I'm not going to repay the loan, so my credit card score will decline, so decrease. So restoring that damaged score is very complex and time-consuming process. So through financial fraud, one cannot take another kind of loan if he wants to. Next is legal issues. So, what are the legal issues they are facing with the impact of financial fraud? Is perpetrators and victims can face prosecution, fine, imprisonment, and legal battles. Business may also face penalties, lawsuits, and reputational damage. So basically, what happens whenever there is a financial fraud? So, what office one is going to approach the court, LEAs, and well, for their protection of right, for their recovery. So for that reason, there are the process is very lengthy and very exhaustive, which is not possible to be followed up by everyone. Next is trust erosion. So basically, trust erosion is that if one victim has been gone through some kind of financial fraud that on which he has trusted somebody and he has invested his money. Next time he is not going to trust anyone. So for fraud undermines trust in financial institution, leading to reduced usage of financial services and skepticism towards security means. Next is we are having is economic instability. That means fraudulent activity can be destabilized financial market, decrease investor confidence, and lead to substantial financial burden and regulatory changes. If any scam happens with a victim, so what happens? There is economic instability. Now, once a scam has happened any victim, next time he's not going to believe on anybody else regarding the stock market, regarding the any kind of investment. He is going to believe that there is some kind of fraud going with me. So these all are the impacts which are of financial frauds. And next we are having is some cyber safety tips. So basically there are some tips which we can use it in our day-to-day life so that to keep ourselves and our loved ones secure from the cyber fraud. So first of all, we are having restrict access to unwanted or dangerous apps. So how do we identify these type
Well,
of
sir, you are sharing certain important details, but due to paucity of time, I'll have to request you to kindly wrap it up in around 2 minutes. Sir, I'll request you to kindly conclude your conversation because we have the last 5 minutes left.
Okay. So basically, these type of cyber safety tips which I have shared in the PPT is to you restrict the access to unwanted or dangerous apps. So there are many malicious apps and malicious content which is being uploaded on the internet, through which one can easily get trapped into and can become a victim of a fraud. Next is we are having use kit specific app. So as we all are aware in today's world and we all are being
Sir,
occupied with the
well, sir,
internet.
we might not have this much time to explain all the points in detail. Very quickly, if you can take us through that. We have the
Okay,
last one
okay,
minute,
okay.
same.
We should not share financial password with the minor, and parents should have control over the apps if required. Digital well-being and parent control is very important. And overseas to the screen time, how they are using social media and internet usage. Like if there is any timeline, we should make for the usage. And next is gaming communication. Like gaming communication, we should not indulge in the such games which are harassing which are impacting the mentality of children. Social media interaction of minor, and protect your personal information with a strong password. We should always adopt a strong passwords to protect ourselves. Next is keep personal information private. We should not disclose our information with everybody, and make sure your device are secure. We should have installed a proper softwares and updates for the reason. So now on the next slide, we are having some kind of these are handy links and helpline number through which one can easily report on for any financial crime. That is helpline number 1930, and the website is www.cybercrime.gov.in. Thank you all.
Yes,
This was
sir,
my
thank you.
presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for sharing all these important details with us. I am pretty sure that our viewers are going to take a note of each and every important area that has been highlighted by you as a part of this conversation. Thank you for your time and for expressing these details with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to all the viewers who have connected with CIET and CRT for this particular live interactive program. It's time to wrap up this conversation. And viewers, very quickly, you are having a look at our screens to understand better about our online training program. Well, this was the 4th day. It's a wrap up for this program. We discussed on legal, regulatory and framework on financial safety in cyberspace. Tomorrow, it's going to be the concluding day for our 5 days, 5 hours training program. We're going to discuss about safeguarding your financial accounts and cyber those. Thank you once again. Keep watching Vidya channels. Next up, we have our Sahyog program. So stay connected and stay with us at NCRT official. Namaskar.